Happy Friday. Welcome to The Big Picture here on 10 TV Plus. I'm Collin Dorsey, joined by Angela, and Bryn
I get to fill in today.
is taking some time off.
She is.
Yeah.
So I'll be here today. I call this pregame because I'm on with you all next week
Yeah,
too. So.
yeah. This is the where we teach her how to do this.
I know. It's like there's so many buttons to push. What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm usually the guest for Boomtown,
Right.
which we're talking about later today.
Yes,
too.
yeah, we'll be talking about Boomtown. So I mean, great to have you here.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. It's
cold.
It is. And what? It's May 1st.
Right.
And now we're, I don't know. It's
we
like
got the
40-some
April
degrees.
showers. I better have nice flowers, is all I'm saying for May, right? But it got really cold.
Yeah. And I was, Meredith was talking this morning, and I don't think it's really going to get any warmer. I mean, I think Saturday, Sunday, we're talking frost Saturday morning.
The low, right? It's like in the 30s.
And then it's going to be, I think, a high of like 61 on Sunday. And then we get warm on Monday, Tuesday, and the bottom falls out again.
Right.
So,
well, what do they say? It's Ohio, so get used to it.
It's just crazy that it's May and feels like this. But you know what? I will take this over like 100-degree weather any day. Yes. I hate
You don't like
hot
that
weather.
stifling heat?
No.
That does get a little tough.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
We just need to live in like the Caribbean and have a beach and a palm tree.
Right.
That'd be nice.
Oh, any big weekend plans?
I've got it starts today. Hat Day event at Franklin Park Conservatory today. Then I have an event this evening. But then Saturday up in Dublin, May is Asian American Heritage Month, and so Dublin has this all-day festival from noon until 9 p.m. It's the Ohio Asian Culture Festivities. But you will see food, festivities, performances. It's so much fun, and kids get to do quite a lot. So, oh gosh, I'm not used to it. My alarms are going off. It's 9 a.m. Do you know where your children are? Better be at school.
And with that being said, let's dive into what we're talking about. Obviously, today is day 7 of the Jason Meade trial. We'll be kind of recapping what we saw on Thursday and what we expect out of that today. Also, updates on that officer-involved shooting from Wednesday evening. We're continuing to get some updates on that. And as you mentioned, it is Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And we're going to have a special guest joining us at 9:30. And then Tyvus talking about the game in Toronto tonight. So that's a lot of stuff coming up. But first, let's kind of dive into what we know right now about that officer-involved shooting from Wednesday evening.
Yeah, what's interesting is just about 15 minutes ago, we heard from Columbus Police that Chief Bryn is holding another press conference today at 10:30 a.m. because I think there are a lot of questions still out there that we're trying to figure out. The traffic stop, what led up to it? How is the officer doing? To be shot in the femoral artery and survive is just an amazing story in of itself. So we're going to be learning a little bit more about that, hopefully at 10:30 this morning. So I'm sure that's something that we're going to stream in some point.
Right. And, one of the big questions is we don't know who this officer is, and we likely won't
For a while.
because of, there are the laws and whatnot. But at least we won't know who it is on record. We will, stuff like that. But anyway, we did, as you mentioned, it was a shot to the femoral artery. We did learn a little bit more about the extent of that during that news conference that happened yesterday at about 9:40 in the morning. And we brought that information to you as breaking here on The Big Picture. So we know that officer was shot twice, shot in the lower leg and then was shot in the other leg a little bit higher up. One of those hit the femoral artery, which is a major artery in your leg. It basically supplies all of the blood to your leg. And then the officer who was shot then returned fire after being shot himself.
Which is just amazing in of itself, right? That's where your adrenaline, the training, it all kicks in. You hear that all the time. And we even saw that, the White House Correspondents' Dinner, that Secret Service agent that was shot, but he still drew the weapon because that's what the training tells them to do. Yeah.
And, that kind of injury, it took hours of surgery, 3 to 6 hours. And it's a long recovery ahead of him. He's probably got 4 to 6 months before, everything is back. And we know this is a young officer, or at least a fairly new officer with the department, only 2 to 3 years on the force. And kind of the actions to get the officer to Grant. So we know he went to Grant,
which is a trauma 3 hospital.
The
so that's
top tier trauma hospital
where you want
in the
to
city.
go.
Yes,
if something's that bad.
OSU Maine is not. They're not trauma 3, are they?
I'm not 100% sure, but I know Grant.
Everybody goes to Grant.
Everyone goes to Grant. Yeah.
So he was not taken by ambulance. As far as I know.
No, his fellow officers Like literally
threw him in the back of a squad car.
Yes, they put a tourniquet on it, and they were like, "Let's go."
Yeah, and I mean, they said we've got to get there, and so this is what President of Fraternal Order of Police, which
Brian
is the police
Steele.
union, Brian Steele, Lodge 9, had to say about that.
But the officers made a decision. They took one look at him. They saw the massive blood loss. They said every second counts. We're going to carry him in. They literally scooped him up, threw him in the cruiser, transported him to Grant. Luckily, it's not very far from Linden to Grant, and there's already video. They literally pick him up and they carry him straight into the ER.
So, yeah, I mean, it's that fast acting, and a doctor that our Libby Kathy talked with last night, who is the medical director of trauma at Grant, basically said this is an incredibly serious injury to have, and it really is the quick thinking of those officers
Right.
with him that are probably credited with saving his life.
The femoral artery, once again, is the artery that supplies all of the blood to the leg, so it does have the potential for very significant and rapid bleeding. People can die if the bleeding is uncontrolled, sometimes within minutes. The mortality rate from an injury to the femoral artery is probably somewhere around 5 or 6%. But the important things to save a life is to, once again, control the bleeding.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously we know that officer is recovering. We hope to get an update on that coming up at 10:30. And so yesterday, Carla Rogner went out to the neighborhood where this happened. And we're learning that this happened a little closer to 15th Avenue than I think it was originally reported. It was Hamilton and 16th. But where things kind of were is it's a little closer to 15th Avenue. And when she got there, obviously she saw some of the damage. Nobody wanted to go on camera in that neighborhood, which is understandable. We run into that a lot in these situations, but they kind of pointed her out to some of the damage in that neighborhood. So when she got there, this was still some of the scene tape that was set up. There you've got a bullet hole in the side of a house. Multiple homes in this neighborhood were pointed out as being hit. Coming up here, you're going to see a broken window. So
That's so scary. Think
it
about
is.
this: middle of the day, any time of the day.
yeah.
I mean, it was just such a random shooting right in the middle of a street. You don't know where those bullets end up. And those are from whom?
Right. We don't know if it's from the officers. We don't know if it's from the man that was shot and killed in this traffic stop. I think that's also what BCI is trying to piece together,
Sure.
because obviously the Bureau of Criminal Investigations has been called in, as they typically always are. So this is kind of what we know about this case so far, is that this all originated as a traffic stop.
Right.
Officers tried to pull over a man in a car in South Linden. There, roughly at the intersection of Hamilton, Minnesota Avenues at 7:20 Wednesday night. He ran. They chased him about 1.5 miles, and at some point, I guess he pulled over. Officers got out, and when they got out, that's when this man started firing at them.
Right. And it was just such a surprise. And so I think a lot of those questions: how many shots did the officers fire? How many officers fired their weapons? And to your point, how many of those bullet holes are from the officers? And then there's a huge safety issue at play here, right?
Yeah.
Of instinct training. You're being shot at as an officer, you're going to fire back because there's a threat now, but you've got this neighborhood that's right there.
And we were talking about this in the newsroom yesterday, that the timing of this happened late April, now early May. It highlights the dangers of these traffic stops. We talked a little bit, Bryn and I talked about this a little bit yesterday, of how traffic stops, a lot of officers will tell you, are oftentimes the most dangerous interactions they have, because you're just walking into a situation blind. It was almost a year ago when we had those 2 Mifflin Township officers shot. Thankfully, they're both doing okay today. And then 2 weeks after that, we had the Morrow County deputy that was shot and killed, Daniel Shearer. Going to a domestic call there in Marengo. So, we've had a number of these in the spring in the past couple of years.
Well, and anytime we've done these stories, Collin, you and I have been out there, and when we talk to law enforcement, they will always tell you there is no routine traffic stop.
No.
There's nothing routine about it. And so to your point, they don't know what they're getting into. And it's just one of those situations where that's why, there's training involved. There's different types of training involved. You got to know what, if you can spot certain behaviors of that person, perhaps there might be a mental health issue going on as well. So you have to put all that together in a split second.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Right. So obviously we hope to get an update on what's going on, what we know, what we're learning, coming up at 10:30 here. We'll have that streaming in various places and, of course, updates at noon here on 10 TV. So switching gears now, let's go talk about the Jason Meade trial. It is now day 7 in the courtroom of this. Right now, we don't really have a good look at what's going on. Actually, they just took the live feed down. So now it's back. So anyway, that's a look at the seal in the courtroom, which is what they, Angela, you know this, they point that there basically as a holding pattern for then. So we expect that to get underway in a bit. So yesterday, it was just more testimony, but it got heated.
I feel like it's been a little more heated this second trial around, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been a little bit more. And I don't know if it's because now we've got both sides plus the judge. Everybody knows how contentious this is compared to, last time we did all of this work, 3 weeks of trial to get nowhere. And so we're back. We're back. Trying to do this, and we've spent time arguing what is and isn't allowed, and there's so much at stake. We don't want to have to do this again, because this is now 6 years.
Well, the first thing I thought of after hearing yesterday about the fact that prosecutors spoke with a witness outside, which is what the judge was upset about, because technically that witness is still kind of under oath, right? I thought, oh my gosh, this is just me, layman person. Could this potentially be grounds for something, another mistrial, or the judge say, them coming back, the defense saying, well, this happened, and so now I don't know. It was very interesting.
It is,
yesterday.
and I don't know if I've ran into that situation in years of covering court. And I think because we had experts, and we had one of the detectives there. So Dr. Jeff Desmoulin, I can't remember exactly what he's just a forensics expert, I believe.
Yes.
Was there really trying to answer the question of where exactly was Goodson? Because we've got this, a couple conflicting reports. So, Jason Meade has claimed time and time again that Goodson went to turn around and raised a gun at him. And I think there's been questions of, is that exactly happened? Did we take into account everything that was in his hands, including those sandwich bags? So this is, kind of some of that line of questioning that we heard yesterday.
It is likely that Mr. Goodson's body was inside the house near the threshold of the entrance, and that his lower body was oriented as demonstrated by Deputy Meade during a prior hearing.
So you didn't factor in the dexterity of having two things in your hand, how it affects anything. You didn't factor in any of that. Fair enough.
I assume that there was a gun in one of his hands. I don't know what was happening with the other hand.
So a lot of, we're trying to figure that out. Obviously, that is the entire purpose of this, is trying to figure out what exactly happened that day. And there's been questions as well about who all has been there to witness this alleged intersection interaction that happened that kind of led to this
right before the shooting.
Because up there on Carl Road, this is where Jason Meade said that he saw Casey Goodson Jr. raise a gun at him, and we've heard from
waving out the window while he drove by him, right?
And then we've heard from actually, I think it was Monday that we heard from Chris Korn, who was an HVAC technician driving by, and he said it just seemed like Casey Goodson Jr. was just like dancing and vibing in the car. So what a line of questioning to, who are we talking about here? Hughes.
The detective, Arthur Hughes.
Arthur Hughes. There we go. Thank you.
No, that's okay.
That line of questioning was where because Jason Meade was in an unmarked pickup truck at the time. We know that he was doing some U.S. Marshals work at that time, trying to serve a warrant. It was in an unmarked car. Would, from his perspective in a truck versus Goodson's car, be able to see lower into that vehicle? So that was a question that was asked yesterday.
In that situation, let's do a car ride, okay? So you're Casey Goodson's car, right? To the right. So car width, so maybe right here?
Yeah.
It's driver to driver, right?
Yes.
And Jason Meade's is up higher, right?
Yes.
From that vantage point, someone would have a much better view, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And if you were in that truck, and if someone was pointing a gun at you, you'd be able to see that, right?
Yes.
And have you obtained any witnesses that had witnessed the actual shooting of Casey Goodson?
No.
So it's just Mr. Meade.
Yes.
So that again was Columbus Police Detective Arthur Hughes, just talking about this case. And I don't think they finished questioning him yesterday. So he'll be back on the stand today.
Yeah, we expect him probably to be back as soon as this gets underway. As we said, this is a look inside the courtroom right now, and it hasn't gotten underway. We're just kind of waiting for things to get back on record. Usually takes a few minutes. We've been seeing this start about 9:30, 9:40.
I'm really curious because, they said this trial would last about 3 weeks, and we are now into week 2, wrapping up week 2. So really, now that this is, like you said, the second trial, both sides should know what the other side may or may not bring. So it'll be interesting to see what they bring next week. That might be the surprise, right?
Because Bryn and I were talking, right out of the gate, we brought in Chris Korn, who the last time in 2024 was the surprise witness.
Right.
And this time was like, here we go, right out of the gate. So obviously there's a lot of things still to happen. And, you're going to find this trial streaming gavel to gavel.
And we'll have that covered for you as well later today on 10 AV News starting at 4 o'clock.
Right. So, all right, we've got to take a quick break. Coming up next, Tyvis Powell is going to join us. The Cavs are in Toronto tonight. Man, we got to see. Let's see. Can they do it? We'll be right back.
The land.
Welcome back on your Friday, Tyvis Powell. How's it going?
TGIF.
Everything is great. Just peachy, baby. Just peachy.
I'm like looking at you. You're like a walking brand for like
Cleveland.
Like,
the Guardians, the Cavs.
We're in a good place right now. The Guardians.
Where's your Browns merch? I mean, we've got.
Well,
That's like we got 2 of the 3 teams
we got
represented
a little work to do before we put that on.
So what? Cavs game 6 tonight. We got Toronto. They're in Toronto tonight. So what are we looking at? Can they do it? Are they going to behave?
They absolutely can do it.
Yeah.
Again, you're going into this game. I don't. The biggest question mark to me is Donovan Mitchell. I don't know why he's been playing as bad as he has these last 3 games. I mean, he's averaging about 17 points a game. He's shooting like under 30% from the 3-point line. It just hasn't been good. So for me, he has to figure it out.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like doing their job. Evan Mobley had like a bad game or 2, but he's since come back. Jared Allen is being used in spotty places, but James Harden has been the most consistent out of everybody on that team. Donovan has the ability to close this thing out. Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett has been unbelievable for the Raptors, but they're not enough for what Donovan Mitchell can bring to the table. If he comes out there and locks in and play his game, again, I need a minimum of 30 points from Donovan tonight. It's non-negotiable. 30 points, Donovan Mitchell, this thing is over. Buy yourself some rest. Hope that the Pistons can take it to 7 over there so you can give yourself a couple of days to get some rest.
And then what? It's on to Orlando?
It'll be Orlando or Detroit.
Yeah, okay.
And I think Orlando's up 3-2, I believe, right now. So they'll play their game 6, and I'm hoping Detroit wins that one, and then Orlando wins in probably 7.
Okay.
All right. Let's hope they win it tonight then.
Well, hey. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, can we talk golf for a
Yeah,
second?
let's talk golf. Let's talk golf.
I saw this headline and I thought that's pretty cool. Scotty Scheffler recommits to the Memorial Tournament coming up. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's pretty big news, and like the field is starting to grow, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Scotty Scheffler, I thought he was going to actually come back and win the Masters. Because obviously Scotty has had a tremendous year or 2 years now. Obviously, the Memorial is such a big thing for Columbus. Can't wait to be out there. It's always a good vibe. Wonder if he will. Didn't he win it last year?
Yeah,
pretty
so
sure
he's got 2 in a row, so he's going for 3.
Yeah.
Has that happened before?
Didn't Tiger Woods?
I don't know if I don't think it was 3 in a row. I think it was like 2 and then
he
missed
lost
one and then came back.
Okay.
But this is the 50th year for the Memorial Tournament. So that's like to say you won 3 in a row
At
on the
the
50th
50th.
anniversary on Jack's course. Like that's a big bragging
It's kind of written in stone for him. The storyline's already wrote for him. He might as well just go
We've
ahead and
got it in
complete
draft mode. Ready to send.
Yeah, I need to try to get to the Memorial this year.
You don't go?
I've not been. Well, I've worked weekends until now.
Oh, well, here you go.
So this is this is kind of my chance to maybe
you got to dress
make an
the
appearance.
part.
I know.
I once did a story out there, and I was watching. Ladies, do not wear high wedges. I don't understand.
No,
You're
golf
walking
course.
18 holes, and like their shoes are this high. I was like, wear the sneakers. Come on. Now this was like maybe 10 years ago, so maybe that was a thing. 10 years ago, but still.
Yeah,
I was like, come on.
You can't wear sneakers on a golf course. It's like wearing a not collared shirt. They'll kick you out.
This is interesting because usually we do our broadcast from out there. The Fan, me and T-Bone do our show, but it's so early. We go 6 to 9, and not everybody's there. So it's always, well, do I need to dress up? Because when I get there, it's dark. So like, do I need to be dressed up? And they was like, not necessarily if you leave in as soon as your broadcast is over. So we'll see. This year I'll probably stick around because in years past I've had to drive up to Cleveland to do another show. This year, now that I don't do that, I can stick around and probably root Scotty on. I'm gonna be definitely cheering him on for the 3-peat.
Yeah, there you go. If you do go but you don't like crowds, I would say go to the practice days,
yes,
right?
Yep.
Monday, Tuesday first. The program's always fun though.
Yes,
do you
it
know
is.
any of the names of the programs
I
coming?
do not. I have not looked into it. And it's crazy because I keep getting all these emails about it, and I have not really paid it attention.
Okay.
But now that we're in the month of May, I'm locked in.
I am not a good golfer, so maybe I can pick up some pointers.
Okay.
See what I'm doing wrong.
You can drive the cart.
Hey,
You can
there
drive
we
the
go.
As long
meter
as you
cart.
hold on to the club, you're doing better than me.
I'm sensing Caddyshack right now.
Oh, I am not
That's
a good
bad.
golfer. All right. Any big weekend plans?
No, you know what? My daughter's birthday is coming up. It's Sunday. She'll be 4. Milani Joe Powell will be 4 years old. We're going
Happy
to throw
birthday.
just a little small birthday party for her. You know, my wife's pregnant. She's due next month. So can't really do a lot with that right now. So a little something small for Milani. She'll have fun. It'll be a time of her life.
Yeah, next month.
Next month.
I thought that was farther
our
away.
third kid will be here. It'll
That's
be a boy.
the game changer because
Yeah.
you don't have one-on-one coverage
Nope,
anymore.
we moving to his own defense.
You've outgrown a sedan.
Me and my wife have to truly be together. We got to move as a unit. We are outnumbered.
I love it.
All right,
Well,
Tyvis.
have
Have
a
a
great
great
week.
weekend.
Y'all as well. Appreciate y'all.
Good to see you.
Coming up next, we got Jay Fox from the Ohio News Network. He's joining us. An interesting corruption investigation coming out of Lorain County. It's 9:30 or 9:24 on your Friday. A quick look right now into the retrial of Jason Mead. It just got under record right now. So I just want to give you an update. Judge Young gave a quick speech about courtroom decorum, saying no phones in the courtroom. We saw somebody get ejected from the gallery yesterday for taking a selfie in the courtroom, and basically saying the tone needs to be better, because yesterday we saw a little bit of, I guess, bickering back and forth. We saw a lot of talking over each other yesterday. Told the attorneys, stop arguing. He knows the emotions are high, and this is making the job even more difficult for the jurors. So
why would you take a selfie inside a trial of this nature? Any trial.
I can tell you where you can take a selfie. At the Kentucky Derby, which is Saturday. And in my 58 years of life, I've never missed a Derby. So no matter where I am, I stop and watch the Derby. It's the best 90 seconds in sports.
There you go.
This Saturday.
Yeah, so obviously continue to follow that.
Yeah.
Jay Fox joins us
Hello.
this Friday. Welcome in.
I know this is our inaugural experience. I love
I'm
this.
usually a guest, but I get to sit in today for Bryn.
Yes,
She's taking some time
absolutely.
off. So, hi.
Hi.
What's going on in Lorain County? This deals with 911.
So the Lorain County Sheriff's Office has a public corruption unit. And yesterday they executed multiple search warrants as part of an ongoing investigation into potential fraud involving 911 contracts. And this has been going on for 6 months. And it has to do with past contractor agreements where they have reason to believe there was fraud.
When you say contracts, like I feel like when I call 911, I just feel like it's law enforcement. Who are they like contracting with? Like, are these independent companies?
So there are consultants that play a role in the creation of these 911 centers, and sometimes they staff them. And the investigation remains sealed, but an investigator did confirm to our affiliate WKYC in Cleveland that a consultant connected to the 911 center is part of that probe.
Oh, so, and for Lorain County, this is not the first issue dealing with this center.
No, over the years, Lorain has had a slew of problems, but Sheriff Jack Hall says these warrants are partially tied to a case involving a man by the name of Gregory Bird, who was indicted for unauthorized use of law enforcement databases. Allegedly, he decided to use those databases to find things out that he probably shouldn't have done.
Oh, okay. So where's it go next?
So we go to forensic evidence review, and from there, then they determine, okay, do we have enough to take it to a grand jury for indictments? No timeline on that yet.
Okay.
Remember, they just took into the warrants yesterday.
Let's talk about this safe sleep lot down in Cincinnati. What is that?
I love this. So the Cincinnati Public Schools have been working on this for months, and it's finally been executed. At the parking lot of William Howard Taft Elementary School in Mount Auburn, they have dedicated 12 parking spaces to serve as secure, temporary overnight parking for students and families who are experiencing homelessness and are living out of their vehicles.
And we know that homelessness has been a growing problem nationwide and right here in Ohio, and it doesn't matter the size of the city. Columbus is trying to figure out how to move forward and aid this population. We also see it in small communities as well.
We just talked about it yesterday in Clark County and Springfield.
Right. So is this a move that other districts are doing or considering, or is Cincinnati it right now?
Cincinnati's it right now. It's the first in the state, but it's a beta test, and if it works, it could be picked up by other districts.
It breaks my heart just to even think about that, right? Families with children living out of their cars. This feels like a solution, but a temporary one, like a Band-Aid to a bigger issue.
It's a temporary lifeline. What they're doing is they're going to run this through November 30th, and that's when a local church, which is nearby but wants to remain anonymous, will let them come in and sleep for the winter. But the best part of this story is what the district is providing these people.
Yeah.
Security, safety.
Yeah.
So it's a big move. In terms of making this situation a little better.
So they've got a security guard overnight. They have access to showers, laundry, and the restrooms. The Freestone Food Bank is providing their food, and they all get safe sleep kits, which include blankets, pillows, water bottles, and even car window privacy covers, which shows some respect for their situation.
Absolutely.
Okay. So now we're talking primary elections. So primary is Tuesday.
4 days.
And we have the continuing battle for one of the Republican gubernatorial candidates to get back on the ballot.
Yes,
Heather Hill
this is like an episode of the old soap opera As the World Turns. So Heather Hill was ruled disqualified from the election when her running mate, Stuart Motes, resigned. And this has been a very public back and forth between these two. She called him a violent racist. He retorted that she was a lunatic narcissist. What I call it is irreconcilable differences. So she's off the ballot. At least that's what Frank LaRose says.
And so the thing is, though, like some absentee ballots have already been filled out, but basically the Secretary of State saying those votes no longer count if you voted for her. But now she's saying, stop the presses. I'm filing a lawsuit because they should count, and I want to move forward on May 5th.
Because she's like, I've got another running mate.
Yeah.
So Frank LaRose already informed all 88 counties, boards of elections, that the votes don't count, no matter what it says on the ballot. Now, the lawsuit that she's filed argues that Secretary of State LaRose misinterpreted the law, which, by strict construction, does not allow for a replacement candidate within 70 days of the election, except if that candidate has died. What she wants is to see the courts overturn LaRose's ruling and allow her to proceed with a new running mate. She's chosen Larry Barnett, who is her senior campaign advisor, and hopefully the votes will count for her.
And I mean, we're running out of time on this. I mean, we've got to get this through the court system basically Monday.
Yeah, you've got today and Monday.
Is there any
That's it.
chance at all?
My personal guess, no. But it's possible. We've seen the courts do stranger things in the past. But again, it sets a precedent that if a change happens in any kind of a campaign, then are we bending the 70-day law?
Right.
We'll
And then you
see.
set a precedent. And
Okay. Ohio politics as the world turns. We'll see.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, it's never a dull moment in the Buckeye State.
Good to see you, Jay.
Hey, have a wonderful weekend and watch the Derby. Will you please?
All right. Angel, who we got coming up next?
All right, up next, we are talking with Joy Coons-Lewis. She is with the Asian American Commerce Group, and we are celebrating Asian American Heritage Month. We'll tell you how coming up after the break. Welcome back. So we are talking with Joy Coons-Lewis, who is the Executive Director for the Asian American Commerce Group, because today's May 1st, by the way.
All right.
New month. And Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Heritage Month, which is always just a month to raise awareness, but also celebrate the Asian culture. So Collin and I are so excited to have you joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm very excited.
You look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. This is the Philippine-inspired terno, as we call it in the Philippines.
That's good. It's
Oh,
gorgeous.
it's so pretty. Yeah, I love the embroidery.
Thank you. And it's made of pineapple fiber, by the way.
No way.
Yes.
Can I touch? May
Sure.
I touch? I love pineapple.
I do too.
First, tell everybody about AACG, Asian American Commerce Group of Ohio. It's huge. You're kind of like the chamber for Asian-minded businesses.
Yes. Asian American Commerce Group, or AACG, has been established since 1993. And our mission is to create synergy among Asian American businesses and the community at large to benefit all those in small businesses, especially Asian-owned.
And when we talk economic dollars and contributions, I mean, we're talking in the millions and millions of dollars statewide, right?
It's huge. We have 21,000 small businesses here in the state of Ohio, and we contribute $10.2 billion.
Billion?
Wow. Yes, $1 billion in business receipts. That's a fact.
Wow.
So that's how
amazing.
we impact economically.
Wow.
That's
incredible.
And I also know that the Asian American population is one of the fastest growing, kind of in the Northwest Franklin County area, Dublin area. Why? Like, first give me the numbers and then tell me why.
Yeah, well, there are, again, Dublin has the highest, almost 17,000 Asian Americans in Dublin alone, and in Delaware as well. It's a growing community and growing even in businesses. A lot of professionals, nurses, doctors, come to Ohio, especially in Dublin, and the hospitals are actually floored with Asian professionals.
And we
Asian
also have Honda,
healthcare.
the Honda
Of course,
plant up there in
Honda,
Marysville.
of course, in Marysville. It's one of the top employers, big employer here in Central Ohio.
Wow.
Marysville.
Yeah. So every couple years we have the Ohio Asian Awards, and why is this such an important event to do?
Well, that is also that is important because we want to recognize. Asians are always quiet. They kind of be the silent heroes, and we want to recognize them. We want to bring them out to show how much they contribute again, especially in the healthcare industry, in our economy here in Ohio. And by the way, when we have Ohio Asian Awards, Angela Ann is always the MC. She does it for us. She does it so well.
But it's, and I do it because of the awareness, but also the ability to really see the contributions. I think you hold it every 2 years.
Every 2 years, yes.
So last year in 2025, you had, like you said, physicians who were contributing. You had people from Kentex, from Illuminate, Frank Zhu, who was the CEO.
Yes, and we have Dr. Lee Shifan from OSU for Educational Leadership. So we have 15 top Asian business leaders in Central Ohio, in the state of Ohio.
In the state of Ohio.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And now there are some events coming up this month to help celebrate.
Yes, and so we celebrate the entire month of May because it's the Asian American Pacific Islander month. We're kicking off actually tomorrow, May 2nd. There's already an Asian Cultural Heritage Celebration at the River Crossing in Dublin.
In Dublin. All day, 12 to 9, right?
Yeah, 12 to 9. And on May 8th, of course, is kind of like the main kickoff. We are doing it at the Columbus Zoo, and we will have close to 200 people, and they also will have the ability, these people will be able to walk at the zoo and honor the Asian quest, the Asian animals there.
It's the first time this collaboration has happened between AACG and the zoo.
And the zoo. And also we're collaborating with other Asian organizations like the FIA, Federation of Indian Americans, CAPA, the Association of Pakistani Americans, also the Asian American Realtors Association, and PASCO, the Philippine American Association of Central Ohio. I won't forget the Asian American Coalition of Ohio as well. So 5 of them are collaborating with AACG to bring this kickoff celebration at the Columbus Zoo.
And I think, that is part of the awareness that we talk about when we list how many different organizations. People are like, oh, there's that organization, and what do you do? And at the end of the day, it's all about bridging the cultures together.
Exactly. And AACG is not only about culture, it's about commerce. So that's where we really focus on small businesses to be able to help them bring access to funding, to all of the resources that they need so they can thrive and be successful in their businesses.
Yeah.
And we should mention the Asian Festival. That has been around for 30 plus years, I think.
Yeah.
And it's always Memorial Day weekend. But did you know, Collin, they also have a table tennis tournament?
That's right.
Oh.
Like a couple weeks before. Like, I always just think Forrest Gump, like the tennis, the ping pong. But it's huge. It brings in competitors from around the country.
Yeah.
And Dragon Boat, which is May 17,
Yes.
which is also part of the Asian Festival. And the Asian Festival is on May 23rd and 24th, Memorial Weekend. And they draw about over 100,000 people at the Franklin
And
Park.
that's at the, it's a, I thought it was a Franklin Park. Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's beautiful.
It is, yeah, it is beautiful. And you see all the dances, from different ethnicities, Asian ethnicities. And we will have those entertainment too, actually, at the Columbus Zoo on May 8th. Yeah. And Angela Ann is our MC as well.
I will be there. We should note that AEPI month was really a bipartisan effort that started with the president. I think President Jimmy Carter first signed it into a resolution like in 1979 as Asian American Heritage Week. But then in 1992, George H.W. Bush signed it and turned it into a whole month of celebration. And, we've just had so much history, I think, that people are not aware of the Asian American contributions. But it's great that we have AACG that really helps highlight that, especially here locally.
Exactly. And we have something for everyone, actually, in the month of May. So I hope everybody will join us. And again, tomorrow, May 8th, especially at the Columbus Zoo, and we will also have a taste of course, Asian food, which is always the attraction, right?
Well, Collin will be first in line.
Everybody loves a festival of food, including myself. I am incredibly food motivated. Will not hide that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're excited, and I think that there's still always a push to have an Ohio Asian Commission.
Exactly.
In the state of Ohio,
Yeah.
there is still one yet to be created.
Exactly, and it has been pushed, and it has been actually almost approved as a bill, but hopefully it will come true one of these days, because again, the impact that we make is, it has to be recognized, and we have to have a commission one of these days.
But when you say the contribution economically is in the billions of dollars, that's
Huge number.
Yeah. Yes.
Joy, thank you so much.
Thank
Always
you
good
so
to
much.
see you.
It's
beautiful.
Thank you for having me here, and it's wonderful. I hope to see you, Collin,
Yes.
on May 8th as
Absolutely.
well. Okay?
All right.
Okay.
Take care. We'll be right back. We're talking Boomtown next.
All right.
Welcome back.
That's great music. I'm just
is.
like dancing. It's Friday.
It is. The company gave us good music.
We paid extra for that. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, goodness.
That was so fun having Joy here.
Yeah.
And I mean, who knew that you could recycle pineapple into a dress?
Yeah, that.
You
Excuse me.
okay?
I'm great. No, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
like,
it was great.
yeah. Yeah, a lot of
My hair's
events
really
because
curly. I just noticed.
we're definitely getting into event season.
Yes.
And there's so many things, especially beginning in May, to do in Columbus. And yeah, if you haven't made it out to that festival at Franklin Park Conservatory,
Asian
do
Festival,
it.
May 22nd, 3rd, something. That weekend.
23rd and 24th.
Thank you so much. Good thing
Memorial
he has
Day
notes.
weekend. Yeah. Okay. So Boomtown.
Yes.
New episodes. That's the other thing we get to always talk about on Fridays. Is talking about Boomtown, talking about the growth and some of the great things, but also some of the problems that come along with, I mean, the rapid expansion. You've been here long enough to see Columbus change.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I came in with the boom, so this has just
Are
been
you
how
the
Columbus
challenge or the solution, Colin?
Right.
I'm just kidding.
That probably
Yes.
depends on the person.
So what, and I think that's what we love about our series Boomtown. The stories we do, yes, we know there are challenges, growing pains. Everybody's feeling it, right? From traffic to housing to what have you. Businesses, right? How do they keep up? But then we find the solutions, and what are companies or organizations, nonprofits, the government, how are they helping people get through these growing pains? So one story that's airing tonight, and then also on This Week in Boomtown, which drops tonight at 10 p.m. here on 10 TV Plus, we went up to Fredericktown, which is up in Knox County.
Yeah.
Have you been up that way?
I have. Been to Knox County, love Kenyon, the campus of Kenyon College.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And it's just like small town charm, right? But you have a company that is growing. And so we visited Simply Sweet Bakery, and it was a mom and pop company that started in a woman's kitchen like 20 years ago. But then COVID hit, and then she went totally under. So then she had to really start from scratch, like a bakery. And thanks to grants from Jobs Ohio, administered by Columbus Partnership, she is now not only a bakery, but like a food production line for private labels that you see. Her stuff is at Kroger. She just sent thousands of cookies to the Kentucky Derby because she made Kentucky bourbon whoopie pies.
Oh yeah, you brought these in.
I had to. I
And
mean,
they
it was
were
like
good.
the word bourbon and whoopie pie together.
they
It
were
was
pretty good.
delicious. They were great. But what's great is that she said, I'm growing, and she could easily take her shop to a bigger city, bigger manufacturing, but she's keeping it there in Fredericktown. So we talked to some of the workers who are like, this helps me stay close to home. I don't have to drive so far to get to a big city. And it's a family. It's a family feel as this company's growing thanks to grants. And so we really highlight this small business entrepreneur spirit that we're seeing in a lot of boomtowns.
Yeah, and because that's, I remember doing this story with Kenyon College and some of the work they're doing and some of their nature preserves, because we think when we talk Boomtown, we typically talk, very Columbus and those collar communities around it. But even these communities that do fall just outside of the, the Columbus Metropolitan Statistical Area, as it's, corporately called.
On paper.
Yeah. They're also seeing this move in because we've got all of this other talk that goes in there of like data centers and all these other things because of this land that's available. And we've talked time and time again that Ohio doesn't deal with some of the natural disasters that you get in, we don't get the hurricanes of the South and the East Coast. We don't get the earthquakes of the West Coast and the fires. And our tornadoes aren't nearly as powerful as we get in Oklahoma, Iowa, Illinois. So our land is good for all of this.
Yes.
But that's also caused a lot of hiccups.
It has.
In the growth because some people, it's an adjustment and, it's a lot of growing pains.
There's a side story to this bakery as well, which we didn't get into, so I'll explain it to you now. There was an old elementary school and it wasn't being used, so they bought it. And it is like buildings of used to be an elementary school that she's turning into her bakery. And so rather than just tearing down and building up, she's repurposing this elementary school. So she's got the bakery, but then the classrooms that are in this other building, she's turning it into Airbnbs.
Oh, that's super cool.
Right. And I was like, that's brilliant idea.
Yeah.
And so there's just so much when you just think outside the box, I think. And maybe that's what these big developers and governments need to do is get out of the paper and think outside the box. Then you can really come up with creative ideas with with growth.
Huh. Yeah. Opening a bakery sounds like a lot of fun, but a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but I think because they love it,
Yeah.
and the workers there, they're like a family. The grant allowed her to buy this 140-quart mixer. You're a baker at
They're
heart.
huge.
It's huge. So she named it Brutus. It's so cute. And her dad works it. So it's really this family feel. But anyways, watch tonight, 10 TV News, and then we'll also have it streaming on This Week in Boomtown.
Okay, so there's that.
Yeah.
And then, we talk a lot about Ohio's connection to the aerospace industry. I mean, we've got Rickenbacker here, we've got Dayton, and then COSI and Boeing have kind of teamed up this month.
This was huge.
They were just over. They were over in Newark.
Newark. They went to a middle school there, and Boeing launched its national workforce initiative with 8th graders who got to test out Boeing's. It's like a travel workforce training day called the Hive.
Yeah.
So these kids got to go in the Hive and get hands-on experience in different types of skills thanks to COSI. And it's really just training like our kids. Look at that. Like kids of the future, our workforce of the future, getting hands-on experience and think about all the minds that just got blown by watching what they're doing.
Yeah, it's so much fun. And being able to give that hands-on experience helps with getting the kids to understand the why. Like, I mean, we've talked time and time, the running joke and, math class was like, when am I ever going to use this? Well, you're going to use those skills.
In some way.
If you're going to do that. So we're shaping the future. Today is Space Day. I think today is Space Day. There is a holiday related to space exploration and travel.
I think it's really smart that Boeing is targeting this age group, right? When we hear companies like Anduril saying that they're going to have 4,000 jobs in the next 10 years, everyone's like, where are 4,000 people going to come from? They're not hiring the 4,000 today. They're looking 10 years down the road, where these 8th graders in 10 years will be work ready.
Yep.
So that's why these companies, Boeing and COSI, and you name it, they're targeting younger because they know that maybe traditional four-year college is not their thing. And if it is, that's fine. They'll be educated and still in the workforce. But if they want to come right out of a high school in 6 short years, they're ready to go.
Yeah, and it's right. And that's what we have to think about when we plan for all of this is it's not the people of today, it's the people of tomorrow. It's these kids that are coming up. Yeah.
He's talking to you, Emmy, my daughter who's in 7th grade. And I'm already like, what are you going to do when you grow up? I'm just kidding. No pressure.
I was going to be an accountant.
Were you really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can see that.
Yeah, I was gonna go be an accountant.
You liked math?
I do.
Okay.
But
But you took a left turn.
I don't know why.
We're glad that you chose this profession. Truly, I think it's great.
So, all right. So, new episode of This Week in Boomtown drops tonight.
10 p.m.
10 p.m. right here on 10 TV Plus. You can watch it anytime once it drops at 10 p.m.
Absolutely. So we work hard every week. We try to put something new on there.
All right. So we got to take another quick break. Coming up, we're talking pretty much Kentucky Derby, but also a fun event that happens in Columbus that you're actually leaving for here in a bit. So we'll be right back. we've almost burned through an hour.
I love it. It feels
Yeah.
like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it
It's
goes by
great.
really fast.
Well, we have lots of stuff to talk about.
We do. And that's why I moved Hat Day to the end of this, because I was like, it's a great way to send us off.
Yes.
Great way to, begin the weekend.
So people may not know what Hat Day is here locally. First, we got to set it up. It's Derby weekend. So you're going to just see all these bouffant chapeaux and fascinators and whatever from here to Kingdom Come, right? And for 25 plus years locally, Franklin Park Conservatory has hosted Hat Day, and it's a fundraiser for all the great things they do at the conservatory. And there you go, on a bright sunny day. Like, doesn't that look like you're at Churchill Downs?
This was me 2 years ago. And a few people that, Adam King's there. There's yours.
Yes, that's from a few years ago, one of the Hat Day chairs.
Oh, me and Amy. These two hat pieces were designed by Lift Floral. I believe they're on 3rd over there.
But that's a hat that you're wearing.
It is. These enormous headpieces. I think they weighed like 30 pounds. So, I mean, they're beautiful because how they do it is they give you a piece of art and then they have to mimic like how these, because it's basically a competition of florists of like, how do you mimic this piece of art that you're given? And it's just so much fun. It's a great community activity.
I want to see that hat on you again. Like, replay that video because
let me
not only
buffer
did you
back
have to
it.
wear it, you know, we had the 10DV team that you guys were models one year, so you had to actually walk a runway with this on your head.
Oh my God, mine didn't stay on. Like, it was because it was built like basically on one of the little like flight attendant caps, like you used to see like TWA flight stewardesses wear, like the little bitty caps. And so they had like bobby pinned it into my hair. And I had to walk like so smoothly, straight up, and like roll step like you do in marching band so your shoulders don't move because the thing wanted to like topple over. Amy had more hair. Amy has more hair. So like they were able to secure it way down.
She had more flowers too.
She did. These things were, but they were beautiful. And the florist we got to work with that year were so sweet. It was I think it was their first year
taking part
that
in
they
this,
were in it. And so they didn't know what they were getting into. They were like, wait, what? and it was Amy and I's first year doing that. So we're like, we're in this together. We're here to have fun. And that's how they did it too. Is, some people take it incredibly seriously. Others are just like, we're here to have fun, enjoy it, do this great fundraiser for Franklin Park. And that's how ours were. Is like they're like, we're just here to show off our talents and enjoy the day. And that's what they did. And it
what
was
a
so
great
much
place
fun.
to do is the conservatory, where it's just beautiful. And people may not know, but if you live in Franklin County, I think it's like the first Sunday of every month. Franklin Park Conservatory, I believe, is free for county residents. If like you have an ID that says, and so your kids can go and enjoy it. That children's garden was created thanks to this Hat Day fundraiser over the years. It helped that campaign to build it. So really the money raised today is going to go further into those education programs for kids. Because you see busloads of kids coming in sometimes.
And I mean, they're already trying to do this big renovation project of the main conservatory
the Palm House,
the Palm House, because it is one of the very few remaining Victorian era, I can't remember what the exact term of it is, conservatories in the country. So they're going through replacing all of that glass. And I mean, it's already, I love the conservatory so much.
Yeah.
So
so Hat Day today. I'll have some pictures later on
so what
my
time
social.
does that start?
So that 11:30 is the cocktail hour, and because of the weather, a lot of us have had to change the outfits.
Oh gosh, because it's typically very warm.
Yes, and sunny.
Because you're there in like derby attire.
No, not today. It's like 50 degrees, not even yet. So I think I brought a shawl. My husband was like, a shawl. I was like, I'm gonna be cold.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little chilly to be drinking champagne there on that one part, the Wolf Plaza.
Do we drink champagne? I don't know.
This is streaming. We can talk about whatever we want.
He may have drank champagne.
All right. That is it for us here on this Friday. Thanks for joining us here on The Big Picture. We will see you Monday morning.
Have a good weekend.